The forest had always held a dark allure for those who dared to venture into its depths. Legends of ghosts, mysterious creatures, and eerie happenings surrounded the dense woods. Many said the very air was thick with whispers of the past, a chilling reminder of the forest's haunted history. One such tale was of three friends, Mark, Sarah, and Tom, who decided to spend a weekend camping deep within the forest, unwary of the horrors that awaited them. Mark was a skeptic, always dismissing ghost stories as mere fabrications. His practical nature made him the unofficial leader of their expedition. Sarah, on the other hand, was deeply intrigued by the supernatural. She had always been fascinated by the unknown, often spending her nights reading about haunted places and eerie encounters. Tom was caught in between, nervous yet excited, feeding off the thrill of the unknown while hoping to prove to himself and Mark that the stories were real. As they ventured deeper into the forest, the trees grew denser, their gnarled branches creating shadows that danced eerily in the fading light. Mark led the group confidently, a map in hand, while Sarah snapped pictures excitedly, and Tom trailed behind, his eyes darting nervously at every sound. They found a clearing just as the sun began to set, and quickly set up their tents. Mark built a fire while Sarah and Tom gathered firewood. As night fell, an unsettling silence settled around them, broken only by the crackling of the fire and the occasional hoot of an owl. Sarah suggested they tell ghost stories, much to Mark's amusement and Tom's unease. They took turns, each story more horrifying than the last. After a particularly gruesome tale from Sarah about a vengeful ghost that haunted the forest, a sudden, chilling breeze swept through the camp, extinguishing the fire. Mark chuckled and blamed it on the weather, but the others were visibly shaken. They relit the fire and decided to call it a night. As they settled into their tents, a sense of foreboding hung in the air. Around midnight, a distant sound of whispering voices woke them. Mark, determined to disprove any supernatural activity, grabbed a flashlight and ventured out, with Sarah and Tom reluctantly following. The whispers grew louder, guiding them deeper into the forest. The beam of the flashlight flickered, casting long shadows that seemed to move on their own. Suddenly, they stumbled upon an old, abandoned cabin. Its windows were broken, and the door hung ajar, creaking as it swayed in the wind. Against better judgment, they decided to explore. Inside, the cabin was a scene from a nightmare. Dust covered every surface, and cobwebs draped the corners like veils. Faded pictures on the walls depicted a family from a bygone era, their eyes seeming to follow the intruders. As they moved through the rooms, the whispering returned, louder and more urgent. In the dim light, Sarah noticed a door leading to the basement and suggested they check it out.